Morning, hope you're going well. The end is near. We've got about not quite 20 hectares left, so just warming the job up this morning. Oh, excuse me. No, just checking to make sure all the tines they're all free flowing and all the rest of it. So yeah, not a super early start yesterday. I sort of went through till about, I don't know what it was, 9 o'clock something last night. So yeah, we've got about 3 hours left here, and then we'll pack up and move into contracting jobs. So no, all sort of going to plan. This paddock's going through the machine a little bit better than the last one. Brendan had a bit of trouble to start with, but yeah, we got through it all right. And even last night it was running through it fine. So guys came out yesterday and did the 500-hour service on the tractor, so that was sort of, we only just got going and then they turned up, so that was yeah, lost a couple of hours there. Yeah, so anyway, but no, it's all sort of all ticking along all right at the moment. Anyway, we'll get rolling again, and not much of a day again. It was quite cold last night. I actually thought it might have been a frost this morning, but the clouds come over and gearing up for a pretty cold weekend. I think they've got forecast. So anywho, we'll get going. Morning. Yeah. Weekend again. Boys got the ash leader shifted into town yesterday afternoon, and we got the truck in there, and that was about the day. Actually, we didn't do a hell of a lot more. Woke up this morning to a bit of rain, so I reckon we've had, what's it, about 5 mil roughly. Yeah, we've got about 4 mil in the gauge there, so we'll just leave that there and just look at the radar. I think it's all gone. But yeah, so no, haven't achieved much this morning. I just had a bit of a lay in, and yeah, just try and catch up a little bit on a bit of R&R. Anyway, one thing I did forget about though, we got water running just to fill the storage dam, and I just got a text message to say that it'll shut off this evening, and I was supposed to start the pump this afternoon. Anyway, I'm gonna slip down now in the buggy, and I just gave my ute a wash yesterday, washed up for some of the mud off it, so I don't really want to take it and get it muddy again. So we'll slip down the buggy and yeah, start the pump, and hopefully we don't have water everywhere. Pretty well just in time, I think. We'll get it going and top this dam up. Hopefully it's got fuel in it. When the water's at this level, pump's sort of shelf priming, so it should just prime itself with a bit of luck. blooming's about bugged. Anyway, it'll get this job done. So yeah, we'll top this right up. Won't go right to the very top, but yeah, you know, 300 mil a foot from the top. The water spraying's not ideal though. Anyway, I'll be able to wrap a rag or something around it and stop the spraying on the motor. It's rated to do about 6 megs a day, that pump. So we've got 4 coming in from the outlet, so doesn't help when everything's full to begin with, but they were late. I don't know, there was a technical issue with the automatic door. The water guys that manage the water rang yesterday to say that they're sending a tech out because they couldn't remotely open it. So yeah, it was a bit late starting, and then I forgot about it too. Tony came down at about 4 o'clock and water hadn't got here, so anyway, it's not the end of the world. We'll get it sorted, and yeah, it won't take long for the water to get away. Morning, doggos. Hello, Dorothy. Barry, morning. Weather hasn't really improved all that much so far this morning. Yeah, I think there's actually another shower of rain coming through, and just talking to the spray contractor that does the work in where we've got this bit of sowing to do. He's sort of pretty happy to have the day off, so he's been pretty busy given the time of year it is. So I had a phone call from the guys down at the dairy farm. We supply a bit of hay and straw on that too last night, and they're just chasing another load of loosened hay, so just getting that sorted. So just run it down to them, and then yeah, feed a few of our own sheep, and yeah, that might nearly be the day, I reckon. But what we do, we don't actually have a weighbridge on farm here, but what we do have is this little Fendt tractor, and we ended up with this feature by accident because the tractor was, just hit a gate. The tractor was ordered with it, or just the spec of the tractor, and it's actually got onboard scales on the loader, which makes this job really good, or really easy, because we can just take it down on our little trailer behind the tractor, and sorry, it's taking a bit longer. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Yeah, we can actually just take it, load it here, and take it down the tractor. We haven't got to take it load it on a truck and take it to town. So yeah, we just basically get the loader in the right position, and yeah, press go, and it moves up and down a little bit, thinks about it, and then yeah, it gives you a weight, and then you can just save it, and then it just gives you accumulated weight in the end. So you know, by the time we'll finish, we'll have about 10 tonne on, and yeah, we can just, yeah, as I said, it just saves a lot of time, and it'd be good to have it on the telehandler. I have looked at putting it on the telehandler on an aftermarket setup, just because we're trying to use it more and more for this sort of stuff rather than this little loader. So, but yeah, it was about 6,000 or 7,000, so it wasn't cheap, but it's something we might look at in the future, just to if we sort of start and do a bit more hay work, which we possibly will, just as a summer crop option rather than a corn or a rice or something like that, because it gives us the option, one, we can either sell it, or two, use it ourselves. So anyway, just thought I'd give you a little rundown on that little gig. Back at home, just one thing I meant to mention. I said there a while ago we had a bit of a noise in the front diff of this tractor, and when the guys came out and serviced the 8 to 8 the other day. They had a look at it, and they actually found that the CV joint was gone between the tail shaft that runs from the gearbox to drive the front axle. So they had seen it before, not one of those ones, oh, never seen that before. So yeah, we've actually got no full drive at the moment because they've taken that tail shaft out altogether and taken it to town to fix it and get the parts to fix it. Thankfully there are parts in the country. Yeah, but when it's a bit greasy like this, it makes it a bit interesting getting around in two-wheel drive. So anyway, we're back home. Might have a bit of lunch, and then yeah, we'll go and feed some sheep, go and do Meals on Wheels. Still pretty gloomy, bit of fog kicking around. Yeah, it's funny sort of a day. Anyway, good day just to poke around and catch up and not do much. Just having a quick look here at the GM canola. Yeah, well and truly up and going. It's pretty good weather for it. Just, you know, getting 4 or 5 mil every 3 or 4 days, and the weather's still quite warm probably, but it's actually not probably far off its first spray of glyphosate. Yeah, I'd say another week or 10 days we'll come in here and with the first one we can actually give it, with the rules and regulations, we can actually give it 2 passes of glyphosate in crop, like at this stage. So and then we don't, there's a point in time, which I think I've said before, where it starts to run up, and yeah, you don't want to, you can't sort of spray it past that point. So, but yeah, no, good rows there and good numbers. Pretty good strike, but yeah, there's nothing eating it. It's all pretty happy. But yeah, we're just getting rid of these volunteer barley from last year. Yeah, it's actually turned into not a bad day now. The sun's trying to shine, and hopefully, I haven't looked at the weather forecast in the next couple of days, but hopefully, yeah, it'll, yeah, we might get another sort of fine-ish week, but still a few coming. It's funny how you get a real split sort of germination. You'd think there's another little fella there, another one there. You'd look at him, guy beside him, sort of 3-leaf, and he's only just sort of coming up. So there'll be a few more come just yet. Same here, and a little fella down there. So anyway, but no, all looks good. It's good when you haven't got any misses or anything like that. Yeah. But it's, as I said before, previously, we're in the game. It's out of the ground. So. Quick update on the barley. Again, we're starting to see rows pretty well. There's plenty of plants there, and yeah, again, the 3 or 4 mil we keep getting every so often. It's just keeping that soil surface damp, and yeah, it just helps that seed push through. And even these little fellas here, that you can see that bloke there, it's still, he's on top of the surface, but we've had enough rain just to, he'll get his root in, and yeah, he's starting to reach for the sky too. So no, pretty good. It's, yeah, all pretty happy with it at the moment. This is a paddock we had. I was a bit concerned about the mice in here, but it doesn't seem as though they've, well, you can see there, a bit of a mice, Mickey and Minnie's house there. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have been too bad. There is sort of a couple of bare rows there, but around them. But yeah, generally we've got gonna have plenty of plant numbers. So you know, within a week's time, you'll have good rows up, and yeah, the crop will sort of grow away from the mice anyway. But yeah, no, pretty good start. We're slowly getting it full. The water's actually finished, so what water's left here that's pumping is just it is still coming down, but they've only just shut the water off. Yeah, so it'll just work its way down here. It's coming. just come down to chuck a bit of fuel in it and make sure it was doing what it was supposed to be doing. Yeah, we'll top it up and that might nearly do for today. Anyway, we might wind this one up. Thanks for watching again. And yeah, we'll keep subscribing and yeah, keep commenting. Catch you on the next one. Ta-da.